There's got to be another way. How am I gonna make content? What Bakugan am I gonna collect? What's gonna happen? The TCG, the anime, there's gotta be an answer. Bakugan, 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 Bakugan.
So, if you have not heard, Bakugan may be in a bit of trouble. The status of what Bakugan is right now is very unclear. So if you don't know or are not aware, Haru Ren, who does the Baku Talk YouTube channel, I'll leave a link down to his video because it explains this in more detail than I can. I'd rather just give my opinions, feelings, and thoughts about it. But essentially, he got news from a outside source that the production of Bakugan in the factories in China has ceased production a couple months ago. Now, this is speculation. There is no confirmed, hey, Bakugan's done. There's not even really confirmation that the toys are out of production. It's just what one person said. But Haru Ren says that he's a pretty trusted source. So this is big news. You've probably seen it on Reddit. It was put in a couple different Discords and all that. So what this means basically is Bakugan is no longer in production, at least in one portion. This is just from a toy aspect. There's also been news that season 2 is like in production or almost done with production, but it's not going anywhere because it's not been greenlit. Meaning that the show has not been okayed by, executives or investors to go ahead and push forward. What this basically means is Generation 3 could be dead in the water. To put it as simply as I can, it could mean that the entire Bakugan franchise of Generation 3 is done. Now, some of you are probably celebrating. Some of you are probably like, yes, finally, the terrible Bakugan are gone. And yeah, they might be. But this is not really good news. See, if you like Bakugan, regardless of whether you just like Generation 1 or Generation 2, or you just hate Generation 3, it's not good news because that means Bakugan has stopped. And we could have a situation where we have a very long gap where Bakugan's done. So it could be like the 4 or 5 year gap that we had between Gen 1 and then Gen 2, the reboot. It could be a very long time before we see Bakugan again. And that's not a good thing because obviously as a community, a Bakugan community, we want to keep seeing Bakugan. So that's kind of where my mind has been, is what's next. Well, we've seen leaks for the Shape Fury stuff, and some other things have been leaked, but I'm very skeptical about some of that because I haven't even got Wave 3 in my area. And for me, there's a lot of thought about, man, they really pushed Wave 1 out quick, but they did it in weird places. So there's just so many questions I have. Like, why was Wave 1 first released in Barnes & Noble and like Burlington and Ross and these places like that? And then Wave 2 came so quickly after that some people hadn't even got Wave 1. And then now we're stuck at Wave 3 and I haven't even got that yet. It's been months. I've been checking shelves forever and not seen anything. I checked today as of recording this and still do not have Wave 3 in my area. At all. Nothing. I don't know exactly what the whole situation is. There's also the Roblox game that is just, I don't even know if that's still going. Another thing is their social media. Bakugan's social media, if you check their Instagram, have not posted anything since December. So there's that, and then the YouTube channel's banking on the Generation 1, comparing it to Generation 3, the animes. And that's it. So there's no content left to be made, I guess. But that circles me back to my point of, I don't know what else is releasing. There's, speculation. I don't know what would be in Wave 4 or if there's even going to be a Wave 4. It's really unclear because a lot of according to what the leaks said, the source, that anything that was in production was scrapped. So what that means, again, don't know, just have a lot of speculation. But as a community, again, we want to see Bakugan grow and prosper. So, we'd really like to see another generation push forward if this one crashes and burns, which is kind of what it's looking like, unless they somehow manage to turn it around. Again, you know, if Spin Master's not making money, which according to their quarterly annual sales thing, I'm not a big business guy, but that means that they're not going to keep making it because it's not making money, and they'd rather push their money on things that are making them money. That and investors. If you have investors that aren't interested in the product and won't invest money into that, then you've got nothing to work with. Which is scary, because that means we could not see Bakugan for years. Again, it kind of feels weird that we had Gen 2 end and then Gen 3 pop up so quick, only for it to kind of feel like it wasn't really there to begin in the first place. But this leads me to my thing, is we need to, you know, start trying to bring awareness to this, get the community on it, because if Spin Master listens to the community and listens to what they want, which has not been a trend so far, unfortunately, but if they do start listening, you know, we might see Bakugan earlier than we could, because if it's canceled or if it's scrapped, we may not see it for a long time. And that's scary, because, you know, there's only so much content you can make on Bakugan, especially like Gen 1 and Gen 2. There's plenty of content to be made, but there's only so much you can make until you're sitting there like waiting for the next generation. And even collecting, like there's only so many Bakugan you can collect before you're like, man, there's not really much else I want. And so as a collector, you know, as a person of this franchise, and I'm talking myself and you guys right here, you know, we want to keep seeing new content, you know, new games to play, because that's what it's all about. And the fact that we could possibly not have that is kind of scary. And so, I don't know, I've been sitting on this one for a couple days, and finally thought I'd sit down and record a video on it, because, you know, it's a lot of unknown right now. You know, we could see, I think their Spin Master's next quarterly sales are in May, so we'll see what the sales look like. But if it's following a trend, it's going to go down, because let's be honest, the shelves are lined with Generation 3 or not even stocked again. There's been plenty of areas in my Walmarts in my area where things haven't been stocked in months. And then all of the core Bakugan, the little like $5 packs, are just thrown in little cardboard bins or in clearance. And they're already going to places like the discount stores, like places like Ross or what is it here? Ollie's. We have an Ollie's, which is sort of like a discount store. And so the fact that things are already going that way is not great. So if you start seeing them in clearance, you know, we're in trouble. And I think that's already the trend. I saw a picture recently on Reddit. I believe it was it was a picture of like 15 diamonds lined up on a shelf in Walmart or something. And that is scary. Just the fact that they're all there, and like everyone's saying, oh, Generation 3's cooked, and it might be well done. It might be well done. But I don't know. We'll just have to see what the future holds. I wanted to make sure that I got a video out to educate you guys, in case you're unaware that Bakugan is in a area of stasis right now. We're kind of just floating in space. There's nothing really happening, you know. Well, there's stuff happening. It's just not good news. But again, I do not know if the source we have is fully correct, because again, there's more factories than just in China. But China is a main source of, you know, toy creation for the company. So who knows? I guess we'll see what the future holds. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think Gen 3 will make a comeback? Do you think we'll see Bakugan again soon? Or do you think we're done? So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Give me your opinions down in the comments below. My name is Jesse, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.